Hello!
Welcome to this special occasion. We're situated somewhere outside of Stockholm Rock City, and it's going to be a special evening, morning, midday, depending on where you are in the world. I'm joined by the mighty sorcerer. It's going to be a lot of doom tonight. There'll be questions, interviews, games, videos, all kinds of stuff in a great mix. But first of all, I think we'll start with the band. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
Okay, I can do that. My name is Anders Engberg. I have responsibility over the vocals.
My name is Peter Holgren. I play the guitar.
Justin Biggs, I play the bass guitar.
I'm Chris, I play guitar.
Yeah?
And we have a band member who's
Yeah,
not
sorry,
with us.
I was supposed to do that. This is our drummer, Ricky. He is home and feel a bit queasy, but he's here in spirit, so that's why I brought this.
Hey, Ricky!
Hey, Ricky!
Hey,
If you see
we miss
us,
you, buddy!
take care. All right.
Cool. So, what is the reason for doing this? This is a live stream. It's going out on Metal Blaze YouTube channel and on Sorcerer's Facebook page. You can check everything out there. But why are we here? Why are you guys doing this?
Yeah, well, we have a new album coming out on the 29th called Lamenting of the Innocent.
Yep.
And we wanted to celebrate the release of this new third album. That's really the reason. And we wanted to take the opportunity, of course, like everyone else, because of the corona situation, to do something for our fans out there and give something back.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Strange times.
Yeah.
With the corona thing going on, and the entire world is on some kind of lockdown or whatever you want to call it. I thought we'd go back and talk a bit about the history of the band. The band started out many moons ago.
Yeah, you can say that.
You're all very, very old.
Yeah, except for Justin, though. Yeah. He's the young one.
He's a young Canadian guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if we go back, we're talking late 80s, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
Joni, you were there.
I was there. We started out kind of 87, 88. Can't really remember the exact day, the year. And it was from the beginning, the three guys, me, the old drummer, Tommy, and the guitarist, Peter. We started out, we didn't know what we were going to play actually, so in the beginning it was sort of doom, thrash, speed, metal band. And trying out, and we thought in the end that we're going to play more heavy music, inspired by some of the bands that we liked a lot and listened to a lot back then. I have some albums that is really important in the history of Sorcerer. This is Candlemass, Epicus Domicus Metallicus, the first press on the...
You had to say that. That was
I have
the
to
first.
say that because I know people are going to wonder if
For the
this
nerds
is
out there.
a new press. This is the first press.
That's not nerdy at all.
No. Another band, the first Metal Church. We used to play one of the songs, the Metal Church songs, in the rehearsal rooms sometimes. It was really good. And I'm going to mention this Black Sabbath album, Hellas Cross,
Yeah.
which I think most of the people in the band loves.
Oh yeah.
It's
Yes.
Tony Martin.
Yeah.
And it's a really forgotten album, I think.
But a lot of people praise that album as being really, really, really good.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. And
We certainly do it.
Yeah, we certainly do it.
Yeah.
No
And
one praises it more than us.
Probably.
here's another album. Maybe it's strange to have this album, but it's King Diamond, Abigail.
Ooh.
This was an album we listened to a lot. In between rehearsals, in the rehearsal room, and this and the first Fatal Portrait is main. I mean, besides all the others, this is maybe not, what you think of when you think about Sorcerer, but this is a really important album. And the last one, the fifth one, is South of Heaven, and especially the title track, which is really heavy, doomy, and this is also an album we listened to a lot back in the days. We started a band, and then we wrote some songs, and I met Anders through a friend of him, and we asked if he wanted to join the band. He was in another band at the same time, so he sang on the first demo and wrote everything, the lyrics, and wrote in another guy, Mats, who played solo guitar, and then we released the first demo tape back in '89. The only demo tape back then was color sleeve.
Yeah. The first song we ever wrote together was "Born with Fear," I think.
Yeah, I remember
That's
that one.
been an icon
Yeah.
song. We played it not too long ago, and we're probably gonna play it again sometime. But that was really my first step into the doom genre, and I was, we were good friends, and it was quite funny for me to leave my comfort zone as an AOR singer, more like a hard rock AOR singer, and going into this was a special thing for me. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we changed drummer, and in come Ricky, who is now in the band, and we
There he
got
is.
another demo with more songs, and then the band split up.
Yeah.
And then back in like '94, '95, I was contacted by John Perez from Solitude Attorneys, another great doom band from USA,
Yeah.
and asked if he wanted to. He asked if he could release our demos on a CD, and then this thing was released '95 by him, and yeah, and then we
Nothing's been the same since.
No. But then, I mean, back then,
The money came
I
rolling
was in
in.
another band, Anders was in another band, and we had split up, and then in 2007 or 6,
Yeah, something like
we
that.
got asked to reform, do one gig in Germany,
2010.
2010,
Yeah.
and the Hammer of Doom festival. We first said no.
I said no, actually. Johnny called me at work, and I was middle of my career, and I had stopped playing live, and kids and everything. And he called me up and said, "Hey, they want us to make a reunion show down in Germany." And I said, "I'm in middle of this," so I said no. And we didn't have a band. We haven't met the other guys at all. But then I thought to myself, I mean, it's Oktoberfest, of course, a lot of beers in Germany at that point. And also, I thought about, why should we call the other guys? I know me and Johnny had learned to know so many great players. So I called them up and I said, if we don't bring in the other guys, I don't know where they are. So we couldn't find them even. So we started talking to people around us, Christian, of course, and Christian had a friend called Ola Englund that you all know. He owns the guitar brand Solar, and is also a guitar player in
The Haunted.
The Haunted, yes. And then we had a drummer that I forgot the name of now. Why did I do that?
Robert Iversen.
Robert Iversen on drums, of course, yes. Friend of mine since long ago also. And we just rehearsed a couple of times and went down there, and we were surprised and blown away about the following. We had a really good spot. Yeah, I think we played at 8 o'clock in the night. The first band on stage was Ghost, actually.
Yeah, their first gig.
Their first show ever, at this show. And I saw that show, and I was, fuck, this is really cool. I never heard them. I didn't know who they were, and see what they are now. We're still at the same, somewhat. No, we have progressed some, but that was really, we were amazed. There were people from all over Europe. People from Italy, people from Greece, coming up to us. I mean, the audience, about 1,500, 2,000 people, screaming out the lyrics, know them much better than I did. And we just stared at each other on the stage after a couple of songs, and what is this, And then we got to do another show in Athens a half year later, Up the Hammers. after this, and that was a great success. Also, Greece is fantastic for us, and has been since we started playing again. Also,
For sure.
and that was the final nail in the doom coffin, so to speak. We said after that show on the airport, we need to do an album, and yeah, we started working on ideas from that, and that was In the Shadow of the Inverted Cross that came out of that. So, and here we are. Yeah.
But I want to go back, if we can go back, because I know that, which I didn't know until a couple of years ago when I think I interviewed Johnny, that Sorcerer ended up on this vinyl album that the #1 rock show in Sweden back in the mid '80s, late '80s books.
Yes.
Which I think if you were into metal and hard rock back in those days, you listened to that show every week, and he played all the new bands and all that stuff, and he had cool interviews and all that. But you ended up he put out what I think was a vinyl album of demos, which he thought were like the
exactly.
greatest demos around at the moment.
Yes.
And you ended up on that one.
Yeah, with like
Born with Fear, I think.
it's Born with Fear. Like it was 10 bands and 10 songs.
Yeah.
Like the best demos that was out there
Exactly.
back then.
That was really weird because I mean we got some kind of spotlight on us
Right,
at that
yeah,
point,
yeah.
and we, although we did that, we disbanded. It's
Right, yeah.
strange.
Very-
We were really famous at that point.
It's very true. It's very true.
But you have to remember back then it was like 10 doom bands in the whole world.
Right. Yeah.
And there was like thrash metal was slow fading, and then was death metal was coming. So
Yeah.
a doom band back then it was like Solitude Eternus, Candlemass, us,
Count Raven.
Vitus, Count Raven. It was like Pentagram.
Yeah.
It was rarely that any bands played doom metal. Not
Right.
like now. So
Yeah. Yeah, I was into Sunset Strip at that time. So.
Poison.
Poison, absolutely, absolutely, great looking band.
Okay.
No, but you also did a show. I think that the first time Entombed played as Entombed.
yeah,
I believe.
we played in a suburb to Stockholm called Rinkeby, and it was Entombed. First gig as Entombed. Carnage played there as well. Later became Dismember. And then I think it was Mestro, thrash band, with Connie,
Right.
who's now involved in the band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was Therion.
Yeah, actually, that was the first time I met Anders.
Okay. And
I
then
don't remember.
Therion. And we have
That's cool.
and we have 3 members now who played in Therion, Anders and Kristen and Ricky, who did it before. And it was Afflicted Convulsion, I think.
That was a good lineup.
It was a good lineup.
If you look at it today,
Yeah.
it's like wow.
It was maximum 100 people there.
Yeah. And they throw stone at us when we
Yeah,
left.
the police.
They did.
Yeah.
The police had to get us.
Not
come to get us.
the spectators, but the,
Right,
the
okay.
kids outside.
Okay, of
Yeah.
course.
They chased us away.
Wow, that's hardcore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably one of those shows. If there were like 100 people, there's probably 5,000 people today claiming they were.
Yeah.
At that.
Yeah.
It's like
Probably
rockstar.
all those people who were there think that's the only true show ever.
Exactly. Yeah.
The ones that were throwing stones.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
hit one of those.
Yeah, I got him.
That's hardcore. That's
Yeah.
really hardcore. But also, I mean, the new album then. It's called Lamenting of the Innocent. Where do you come up with a title like that? Was that the Canadian dude? Yeah,
I actually, yeah.
I think I had to Google. To kind of,
I was writing, or asked to write lyrics with Anders and Connie, and we kind of formulated a loose concept of what we wanted to do, and it was about the witch crazes from the 1600s, focusing mainly on, just the church's influence and how they were acting. And I was just kind of writing the lyrics for Lamenting of the Innocent, and I thought, Lamenting of the Innocent, that's
We
exactly
bounced
what-
around. We didn't want to. We didn't know what we would call the album. We had all these lyrics and songs written, most of them, and we bounced them around, and we kind of been used to have long album titles.
Yeah.
So I know that was an issue that we talked about. We can't just have a short
No.
word. We need to have a bit, Maybe we can, ease it down a little bit, but we need to have a long title. And and Lamenting of the Innocent exactly what we want to portray in this album. You know, the suffering of the innocent.
Right.
Yeah,
Really.
they were. Yeah, it was a persecuted demographic, I would say. So I mean, it was only natural that they were lamenting. They probably weren't feeling so great
Right,
at that
right.
time, and there was like 9 million people that died. I don't know the exact number, but around 9 million people,
Yeah.
mostly women.
Yep.
So I mean, yeah, and they were totally innocent as well. So I mean, lamenting of the innocent was just, yeah, that was just something I wrote in, and it kind of stuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not in any ways like Pink Floyd's 7 small creatures grouping together in a cave in paint. But something long we needed anyways.
Yeah. But how do you usually work as a band when you're putting an album together? Is it all by themselves coming up with stuff, and then you kind of regroup and telling the others, well, I've got this riff, I've got this, and then you put it together, or how does it usually work when you make an album like this?
Well, we gather riffs together and write songs. I mean, me and Peter, we write a lot of riffs and a lot of songs, and then also Justin and Johnny, of course. And what we do is we put the demos together, send them off to Anders and Connie.
The melody guys.
Yeah, the important guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they, sometimes, I mean, they come up with vocal melodies. Sometimes they rearrange the songs completely.
Quite
Cut them
often.
up and quite often.
He's pissed off.
Yeah, it's a difficult thing, It's very hard to hear something which you thought was, oh, this is going to be awesome, and then it's and
Yes.
rearranged, and it's like, whoa, what?
Yeah. Sometimes you have a bridge, and then me and Anders think, oh, this is going to be a great chorus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we just rearrange the song, and then we hope you don't get mad.
And that was
Have we changed it too much? Yeah, probably.
Right.
yeah, that was actually,
And then Peter starts calling. What have you done to my song?
but it's a free process as well. I mean, because when Anders goes into the studio with Connie, they kind of just sing some made up bullshit
Right, yeah.
lyrics just to kind of get the groove, get the feel of the
I
song.
should
But
hear those demos.
we have those demos. We'll release them on a special edition later.
That's the kind of
funny.
stuff that
Exactly.
fans want.
Yeah.
But
want
On
those-
cassette.
Yeah, hell
in-
yeah.
in
But you
20
want
years or so,
those,
but-
those demos and those scratch vocals and stuff like that. That's
yeah,
fun.
but it was that's what made it really kind of like writing lyrics and stuff like that. When you have the melodies there, it just kind of flows. You get the vibe of the song. So for me,
That was actually a new
Easy.
way of working for me and Connie, because Connie and I, when we work, we're pretty efficient. We come up with a title that we think suits the song, and then we write the melodies and the lyrics at the same time.
Actually, we have a long list with cool titles.
Yeah, it's like 100 titles that we, only like, the cool stuff, dark forces of whatever. Yeah, that's how we usually work. But now when we progress and, we make albums and we got new members and things get thrown around a little bit. And so this time we decided to just do bullshit lyrics to set the, rhythm of the words and the phrasing.
And the feeling of the song.
Yeah, and the feeling
Right.
of the song, so we could present something. And then Justin and I and Connie started to write, the lyrics after that. So yeah, that's new, but otherwise it's the same.
But I'm thinking with being a guitar player, you come up with riffs. How often does it happen that you come up with something really cool just to 5 minutes later realize that, oh, we already did that? Does it ever happen?
That happens,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, and it happens like, oh, this is a cool riff. Oh, someone else did it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or if one of us digs it and this is original, and then some other guy in the band says that's
That's
a
Iron
Can
Man.
Master. Yeah, that's Iron Man. That's another song.
Too close
Yeah,
for rock and roll.
absolutely. It happens. It happens a lot.
Yeah.
And then the most often what happens is you come up with a riff, and 5 minutes later you realize the riff is shit.
Right.
Yeah.
That's very common.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's an ongoing process.
We really try when we write melodies. We really try to, go away from the classic doomish vocal style in melody.
It's more like hard rock or
Try
heavy
to
metal.
try to
Right.
make I think that's a kind of our trademark. We try to make hit songs out of the doom songs somehow,
Right, yeah.
with hooks and great big choruses and so when you start to hear a riff in a song, maybe you feel like, oh, this is just like Candlemass, but when the vocals and the melodies come in, it's a totally changed picture.
Yeah.
So
But also, I mean, who has? Is there anyone who has like the final say in the band when it comes to
Me.
songs?
He thinks so.
Yeah.
Okay, let him
I
think.
would love. I would love to have the final say. Yeah.
Actually, it was very democratic. We have actually more songs that we demoed, but
Right.
We decided what we wanted to do, like how to move forward. We picked our favorite 8 or 9 songs,
Right.
and then we ranked them and we picked them like that. So we have other stuff that we've demoed, but we didn't put it on Lamenting of the
Actually,
Innocent.
it's very nice to work with a band that puts the song in the center, because it's all about the music. So
Yeah.
you can't put a lot of ego and other stuff into it, because you have to focus on getting a really great song.
Right. Right.
That's the only thing that matters.
Yeah, and then sometimes when you get a song, for example, from Peter, I mean, he has a vision of that song, and he has put his guitars there for a reason. And of course, when we chop that up and say this is not supposed to be there, here, and there, there'd be in a discussion.
Right.
But it's not like a hostile discussion. He tried to convince me that his way is the right, and I tried to convince him the other way around. It's how it works, and
Yeah.
we come to terms at the end. So it's a nice process.
What's the worst fight you've ever had? Have you had a really good fight?
Wow.
We had a big fight when the first drummer left.
Oh.
Yeah,
That was,
yeah, but not. We said thank you to him
Yeah.
because of he was impossible to work with. If the four in the band thought something, he always thought the other way around.
Right,
So I mean, you can't work with someone like that. You need to be on the same level,
Right.
the same page.
Right.
So we had to change. It was inevitable. Yeah.
But also, I mean, how would you say that Lamenting of the Innocent differs from the last album you did?
There's a lot more input on this record, I think. A lot more freedom and a lot more just broader musical aspects to it. We're all different people, like we all like different kinds of music, so I think having new members come in as well and contributing to the record is obviously going to sound a lot different than Inverted Cross or The Crowning of the Fire King.
Yeah.
And it's also a challenge as well, because Crowning the Fire King when I heard it, I was a fan. So this was prior to my joining the band.
Yeah.
And it was just like, well, how are we gonna top that? So it's kind of cool to have that influence, like being an outsider and coming with some ideas, kind of to freshen up the band. But also listening to these guys and just, I like that riff idea, and just expanding on it. So it's very liberal, very free, and I think that's how this one differs. It's not a cookie cutter Doom
Right.
record.
Right.
I think also when we decided to do the kind of conceptual thing, it also made us choose songs, because if you're telling a story or telling story about a subject, you need to have a big difference, or we felt we needed to have different moods and stuff in on the album to create this drama thing that I think we've succeeded to make it lift off so that was important too. As Justin said, we had a lot of other songs, but we had to put them away because the chemistry of the songs is important.
Right.
Yeah.
But do you think those songs will end up on an album later on, or
We don't
are
know
they
yet.
totally scrapped, or?
They
No,
will be
they're
in the
good
pool
songs.
for the they will be definitely in the pool for the next album,
Yeah.
but then they might
But
be.
usually we have saved songs, and then when we
I
listen
have
back
a
to them,
folder, Sorcerer 4.
when we listen back to them, we're like, okay.
Yeah, they're old now.
Right.
We
Yeah.
want to write new stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
We don't have any problems really writing stuff, so it's just people may think that writing a song is how hard could it be? You strum your guitar,
Yeah.
but it's a lot of work and a lot of thought put back on it, but we are what I want to say. We have been fortunate to have people in the band that are really good at writing songs, and they are productive.
Right.
So we don't have. I don't feel any anxiety about that at all. So.
Right. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're gonna listen to a track from the album. Anyone who wants to say anything about that song?
I don't know. I can say this is our take on a song called "Deliverance." Maybe you guys out there have seen the video. Johan couldn't be here today, so we try to do something of our own from it. So check it out. Deliverance.
Is there still hope not too far in time where this madness could end? A place in time for peace throughout this land. Hopeful we stand. The endless trials and the senseless acts by the henchmen of doom, their merciless pursuit of innocence. We pray for the light to shine and guide our way. No struggles in vain, so heed the call, deliver us from pain. Where have the brave and the heroes gone? They left us
Okay, and we're back. You just heard Deliverance by Sorcerer.
Woo!
We're having a special occasion, a live stream where we're talking about the album and all kinds of cool things. And just stay tuned. We've heard there's some problems with the syncing between sound and picture, but we're working on that. So just stay with us, and it'll be a really cool thing. This. Also, if you want to donate some money to the band, there's a Swish number that will be shown on the screen, and there's a PayPal account as well. So feel free. Anything is just cool, whatever it could be. Well, moving on, we're gonna talk a bit about, well, kind of maybe your influences and so on. And we're gonna start with the mighty singer.
Thank you very much.
Anders. And this will be a bunch of questions about Bret Michaels and
Yeah,
how he
probably.
influenced
Probably
you.
not.
No,
Maybe,
but-
maybe he's a fantastic singer. I don't know. I
Pro-
never heard him sing well, but maybe in the shower. I don't know.
Probably not. Probably not. But no. But if we start with you becoming a singer and discovering your voice, well, who would you say has been a major influence on your singing style, so to speak? And what singers did you look to when it came to, trying to find your presence on the stage, how you're supposed to act on stage, and so on?
Well, there is not one single singer, of course. It's difficult, but in my, when I grew up and started listening to hard rock and was interested in this, I listened to a lot to Rob Halford, Jeff Tate, Glenn Hughes, Dio, and of course Tony Martin, which is one of my absolute favorite singers. And I heard comparisons a lot of times, but I think that's more how the style of music we play is in that direction, the Tony Martin era, Black Sabbath. But those are the guys that I listen to most. But there are so many good singers. Eric Adams, Manowar, is also one. Amazing singer, but yeah. So when I started, out singing, I wasn't. I'm not schooled or anything. I started out singing in school choirs and stuff like that, and I noticed that I like to be on stage, and make a fool out of myself. And I got a question from when I went to high school when I was 16 years old. I got a question from. A classmate of mine that was a friend of Johnny's, I think, or no, sorry, that was later. But another friend of his that wanted a singer in a like a garage band, beginners band. And he asked me, and I said, "Why do you ask me?" "Yeah, you told me you like to walk up on stage and you sang some." So I tried out, and after that first tryout, I was sold. So I really wanted to do that, and. Yeah, well, that's the history of it, and how I perform on stage. If I have any heroes there, and I would say, the expression of, Rob Halford, Tony Martin, Dio. I'm not running around doing splits, or
That's Peter's job.
yeah. So I want.
Diamond Dave.
No, regrettably not. I would have loved to be him in the 80s, but. No, but so I try to extend the vibe of the song really, and because we play heavy, also it means that you express yourself in a kind of big way, That's to convey the message in the song. I think.
Right.
Yeah, that's it really.
Cool.
Yeah.
Christian, some of your favorite guitar players. Is it all Yngwie?
Yeah. 80s Yngwie,
Yes.
this is 80s output is untouchable.
Right.
No one is going to be able to touch it ever. I think Peter will agree with me also.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't have to even talk about him. It's such a high standard, such a landmark. But there's always, others. Eddie Van Halen as a rhythm guitar player, for instance. Maybe his tone and everything, timing. Michael Schenker, Uli Jon Roth. The other guys, John Petrucci was a huge influence for me.
Right.
And all the Shrapnel guys, Paul Gilbert, Bruce Boyer, Tony McAlpine, Greg Howe, all those guys. And
Yeah.
there's so many good players. I mean, even today there's amazing players. I mean, some of the Swedish guys are amazing. I mean, Fredrik from Opeth, amazing,
Right.
amazing
Yeah.
player,
Yeah.
and Per Nilsson from Meshuggah, Skarsymmetry. Yeah, awesome. So there's so many. There's a lot of people to steal ideas from.
Right. Well, when did you find? I mean, when did you find your style? What?
I don't know. I don't know if I found my style, but that's difficult. I think someone else has to answer that if I have a style. But yeah, but I think maybe when I was in Therion, maybe a couple of records in, I sort of noticed that I seemed to play in a certain way, and if I listen back to it, it's like a lot of those things I still hear in my playing. Some of those things I tend to move away from and introduce new things, but there's still going to be some parts which are there forever, I think.
Right. Right. Have you ever met any of your heroes?
None of the ones I mentioned. I met Jeff Waters from Annihilator.
Right.
Yeah, he's also one of those awesome players, and he was like the nicest guy ever.
He's a huge Van Halen fan, by the way.
Is he?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah.
You can hear that in Annihilator. It really shines through.
Absolutely.
Well, but I love Jeff. Both his rhythm playing and lead playing is outstanding.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was cool. He checked out when I was in Therion. He checked us out on one of the festivals. I met him and he was like, "Yeah, are you playing too?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm playing." He was like, "I'm gonna check you guys out." And they came into the dressing room like 5 minutes before we were gonna play. "Oh, there you are! I'm gonna check you out." And he stood at the side of the stage and looked at maybe 15 minutes of the gig. I was like, "Yeah, man." I was like, "Fuck." Yeah, that was awesome.
All sweaty.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Peter, you then. Guitar players, influences,
Yeah,
heroes.
there are many. There are really a lot of great players. Too many to mention, but I think almost we have same background. Me and
Yeah.
Christian. All the 80s guys and the Shrapnel guys and Yngwie and John Norum. The other Swedes,
Yeah.
Thomas Larsson,
Yeah. Kim Marcello?
Kim Marcello, yes. Started with Ace Frehley,
Oh,
Kiss.
Yeah, really cool.
And I also like Wolf Hoffman, except
Right.
one of my early influences.
Right.
And I must mention also Angela Rock from King Diamond. It's
Right.
a huge influence when I was a kid.
But Ace Frehley, is that, because I'm no musician and nothing, I always wonder, because a lot of guitar players always mention Ace Frehley as being like an influence and so on, but I mean, was that more of the look of it with the makeup and all that, or is he actually a great guitar player?
He's the coolest. But of course, yeah, it's the whole picture.
Yeah.
He's still the coolest guy.
But he's got an awesome vibrato. One of the
Yeah.
best vibratos.
Yeah, listen to
okay.
the solo on Going Blind. That's
Exactly.
fantastic.
That's
His
his
best
best
solo.
His best
It
solo.
is.
Okay,
Yeah, it's fantastic.
cool. Everything starts with Kiss, that's funny.
Yeah.
Very,
My
very
first
funny.
record, Love Gun with Kiss.
Good one.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, my
Nice.
mother is called Gun, and
Yeah.
I thought they sang about my mother. There was a lot of naked women crawling
Right.
by the feet, and I was like, what?
But also it was all the rest of the 80s guys, Jakey Lee, George Lynch, all those.
Right, right.
All those.
Now you mentioned everyone, I think.
Yeah.
I hope so.
But that was so different in the 80s with, as you mentioned, Tony McAlpine and all these guys, and there was this whole scene of shredders, I
Sure.
guess you could call them,
Yeah.
and it's pretty cool that a lot of them are still here, I think.
Yeah.
Joe Satriani and all
Yeah.
these guys.
Vi.
So- yeah, Vi,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, Canada.
Hey,
Yeah.
Bass players then.
yeah, bass players.
Gene
Well,
Simmons.
no.
But that's the funny thing, because if I may say so, I interviewed Dave Ellefson from Megadeth last year, and he's a big Kiss fan, and he was here with Frank Bello and their own band, and I talked about Kiss with both of them, and Dave Ellefson absolutely praised Gene Simmons' bass playing, and saying he doesn't get enough credit and blah blah blah. That he's a really underrated bass player.
Well, I think it's just because he puts his marketing ahead of
Right,
his
yeah,
music.
yeah.
I mean, a lot of people, think he might be underrated, and yeah, he's got some great songs. Actually, we were talking about that today.
Yeah.
God of Thunder is brilliant. I mean, how badass is it to have the bass player lifted up into the rafters, playing this heavy, heavy riff and spitting blood out everywhere?
Yeah.
It's just unheard of.
It's unbeatable.
So, but for me, yeah, I don't know. I have a kind of eclectic taste when it comes to bass players, wide range. You know, my parents were big into music, so you know, when my father would go away and he would go to sea trials and test boats and stuff because he was an engineer on them. So he'd be away for long periods, but when he came back, we had this tradition. The Saturday that he was back, you know, the family would get together, we would listen to albums, and I got to pick out like 5 records. And the first record I picked out happened to be Paranoid by Black Sabbath. And I remember hearing the War Pigs intro and thought that that was such a cool sound. The bass on that, like, you know, just going boom, boom, like underneath everything, just sounded so badass and cool. So, yeah, for me, that's where it kind of started. Black Sabbath is one of my all-time favorite bands. I'm getting more into the Tony Martin stuff now, thanks to these guys.
Yeah, because he can't be in the band if he doesn't like that.
Right.
So.
But, yeah, and I mean, I don't know, you probably see it. I have my bell bottoms on and my blue jean jacket, of course, and that's because I'm a huge Cliff Burton fan.
Right.
So when I heard Ride the Lightning, especially Fight Fire with Fire, that opening track was just, it bowled me over. So, and the very first gig I ever played was in Tilbury, Ontario, for a crowd of like maybe, I don't know, 150 kids. And we actually played For Whom the Bell Tolls.
Oh, nice.
So that was my very first song I ever played live.
Cool.
So it's my little tribute to Cliff, because I never got to see them live because I'm
Right.
too young.
Right.
But other than that, yeah, so many cool bass players. Like I said, Chris Squire from Yes, I love. Les Claypool from Primus. Steve Harris, of course. You know, it's just a wide range.
What about Geddy Lee, since you're from Canada?
Geddy Lee is like you know, he's a hero. He's pretty much bass royalty. So
Yeah.
of course, I listen to my favorite record from Rush is actually Hemispheres.
Right.
And then one of the bassists that I think's underrated, not necessarily playing wise, he just knows how to play the notes at the right time, is Roger Waters from Pink Floyd.
All right.
Animals is my all-time favorite album. So when I listen to that, it's just, yeah, gets me where I want to be.
Cool.
So those are my influences.
Yeah.
Well, you can do worse.
Ah,
But how does a Canadian guy end up in Sweden, if I may ask?
well, yeah, there was a question about this.
Yeah,
How does a baby-faced 11-year-old guy? Yeah, hard work. That's how I got playing in Sorcerer. So yeah, just hard work and dedication. But yeah, for me it was music. Like once I got older and kind of started discovering the stuff that was being pumped out of Sweden in the 90s, it was just unreal. Like, and you look at Sweden as well. Like, they've got pop, they've got rock, they've got everything, and it's just the bar is here.
Yeah.
Whereas in other countries, it's way down here, especially in Canada, 'cause it's mostly folk music and stuff like that. Nobody wants to listen to Sum 41, Nickelback, Celine Dion, or Avril Lavigne.
Right.
So, you know, hearing that on the radio all the time in Canada, and then hearing the stuff coming out of Sweden was just like, I got to go there and just, you know, try my hand at it. So,
Gotta get into Sorcerer.
yeah,
Of course.
I jumped ship, and I'm here today.
You gotta dig into the doom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
digging into the doom, yeah.
We're
for
happy
sure.
you're here, man.
All right, cool.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Okay, I think it's time for a video. Anyone want to say something about this video?
This is actually something that Christian helped me with.
Yeah.
This is Instatours, I believe.
Yeah, this
Yep,
Never
it is.
Before Heard song. This
Yeah.
is from the new album.
And this is the first little lick that Christian and I worked on together, actually,
It was.
as a team.
Right.
So,
Cool.
Also premiere of this video.
Yeah,
and
So check it out.
yeah. Enjoy.
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 He can feel the dark and all the hate within his soul.
back.
Righty.
Cheers to us.
Yay!
Another cool video from Sorcerer. We're on Metal Blade YouTube. We're on Sorcerer's Facebook. Check us out. And there was some trouble with the Swish number, but it should be corrected by now. So please feel free to donate any kind of cash you got.
All the cash you got.
Of course. I think we're going to talk about the actual album now, the physical release of Lamenting of the Innocent. It is a really cool title, I have to say. It's a cool title. Johnny, what can you tell us about the album and the release of it?
Unfortunately, due to the corona virus, some parts have been delayed, so we have to move it forward 1 week to June 5th instead of next Friday. We have vinyls, different colors. We have the
You
CD.
can see them here up in the corner of the picture.
Yeah, we have the CD. We actually have a copy here,
Yeah.
and we have a box set with all the videos for the songs. The music, of course, and some other cool stuff.
Yeah.
In the box. And the good thing is that if you are listening to on Spotify or iTunes or another streaming service, it's going to be released next Friday as planned. But the physical is going to be released June 5th.
Exactly.
Is it always as exciting when you have that final product in your hand, when you have that vinyl or the CD in your hand?
For me, it's like I look at it, I read it, and I put it in, as okay, another one,
Right.
more or less,
Right, yeah.
But it's different. I think for everybody, it's different, probably. Now I've been, writing songs. I've been on a lot of albums, so for me, it's not the same as when actually this was released back in the days, because this was like not that rare. You didn't release that much, but
Right.
it's always fun to have the physical copy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is kind of like, the pinnacle of the whole process is when you
Yeah.
get the album in your hands, And for me, like being a reborn vinyl freak, I mean, the vinyls for me are really, really important. But
I thought you were about to say being a newborn Christian.
Yeah, I thought so too.
yeah, well, that one happened. Yeah. So we're sad about that, of course. But 1 week, guys, you can
You
hang
can
in for
still
1
order
week.
it though. You
Yeah,
just
yeah.
don't get it.
Right.
You can get it from the web shop. You can see the number, the web address in the lower part of the picture there. So go in there and order it. Yeah.
Of course. And there's more. Justin,
Yeah.
more cool stuff.
I have this this box that we got from. Let's see here. It says, well, Sweden, but it's very well packed. Anyways,
It's the mother of all boxes.
it's very well packed.
Because we couldn't unbox the stuff that are delayed, so we had this surprise coming in today. So we can unbox something.
So, yeah, this is our first reaction to this. We haven't seen these actually. Some plastic here, very exciting. And what do we got? We have coffee cups
That you all need.
that you all need for your morning coffee. Here we go.
Looks sweet.
Looks pretty badass, actually.
You haven't really made it until you have your own coffee cup. That's
That's true. That's
think
true.
so.
So there we have Mr. Pope Instatoris there on the front. Yeah, that looks actually pretty sharp.
Yeah.
That looks
Cool.
really, really nice.
Hand that around.
Woo!
Yeah.
We see. Maybe we should drink some beers out of this. But
Fucking cool.
yeah, there's of course lots of other stuff as well. We have these cool cups that we get from merchandise.
Yeah. True Metal merch.
True Metal merch. Yeah, there's another great.
Oh yeah. Classic.
Classic
Wow,
one.
Sorcerer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a nice one.
that's a really nice
So
one.
you can get all of these through our shops. Just go in there and click your way around.
And your coffee will absolutely taste better.
Yeah.
Yes.
Coffee of doom.
Your taste
Doom
buds
coffee.
will thank you for it.
Okay, so should we talk a little bit about the CD?
This one, the
cover.
sleeve. Yeah. Looks like this.
It's a really nice looking album cover,
Yeah.
I have to say.
Yeah.
Looks really good.
It's painted by a gentleman named Dusan Markovic from
Croatia or
Croatia,
Slovenia? I don't know.
Yeah,
really,
yeah,
but
okay.
over
Sorry,
there.
Dusan. Yeah,
Croatia.
Croatia. Are you sure? Okay. Anyway, yeah, it's very cool. I think we gave him the album title, right, and the concept.
Yeah, the concept really, because
yeah.
I didn't know. I don't know if the album title was clear at that point.
Okay. Yeah, and then he came back with a sketch, which did not look like this one. It was simpler, more not as grandiose, you can have to say. And then we sort of wanted a bit more epic feeling. So we sent, maybe I don't know. Remember, did we tell him to like put it in the church?
Yeah, we
that
wanted
setting?
to have a more like a framed picture.
Yeah.
His first suggestion was more like a outdoor snapshot of an event.
Yeah.
But we wanted some more majestic and evil
Exactly.
It still looked
thing,
good.
and that described, the lamenting of the innocent, the woman, the girl in the picture there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and inside we got this one. We have a little booklet here, of course. And there you go, the CD.
Now this is a Digipack, and a Digipack has a bonus track also.
Yeah, it does, actually. And we're not going to say who mixed it.
No.
No, we'll come back to that later.
Yeah.
But it's cool. And booklet looks like this. It's very yellow, with lots of small little black things on it. It's probably text. I'm blind, so I can't see. But cool. Looks awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Buy one or buy 5.
Definitely.
Give to your friends.
Definitely. Make sure to pre-order and then buy the physical copy, of course. I think we're talking about the videos that goes along with the album now. We'll have a special guest.
Hello.
Hey man.
Hello.
How you
Will
doing?
introduce yourself?
My name is Daniel Wahlström. I'm the owner of Heavy Groove Media. I did all the videos for the album.
Right. So that's it. I mean, there's a video for each song of the new album. What was the idea, the theme, the whole process of making those videos?
Anders called me up when I was up north in Sweden shooting some scenery stuff, and I guess you talked to Simon in Wolf.
I have,
recommended me.
well, Simon is a work colleague of mine, and he
Right.
mentioned that Danny, you need to check this guy out. He's done some really cool stuff, old school stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so he called me up with this idea about the persecution of witches, and I immediately liked the whole theme, and we talked about doing one video at first.
Yeah, and then we got this crazy idea. Get back to
Yeah.
Daniel and said, "Hey, well, how do you think about doing videos for all the songs?"
9 videos.
I don't know if we really
Why not?
realized what we were doing
No.
there, but
No, but I immediately said, of course. I had a lot of ideas, and I put together a small team of actors and rented this place in Dalarna, a bit north from here in Sweden. A cabin in the woods with a lake and really nice scenery there. And some of the actors I've been working with in past projects, and they were it was really fun. We had 3 days there and shot all the side
acting stuff.
Yeah, in 3 days. It was pretty crazy though. But it was fun. And then we had some days with the band as well.
Yeah, we
And,
filmed at 3 locations. So we did 4 songs in 2 of them, and then 1 song at 1 location, right? With the
Yeah,
deliverance.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I like the whole idea, and I always have a lot of ideas.
Right.
So it was a fun project.
And I mean, is this then gonna be like on Sorcerer's YouTube channel, or where will everybody see these videos?
You will find this if you order the box set. In the box set there will be a CD with a bonus track. There will be a DVD with all the videos. There will be a pendant looking kind of like this. It's hard to see from a distance, but there's going to be a pendant, and there's going to be a pin with a logo, and there's going to be some beer coasters with cool motives on them. So yeah, go buy that.
Nice.
Cool.
You get all the videos and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is this something you think you'll keep on doing? Will this be something that will be part of the next album, or do you think this was just a one-off?
I don't know if we're ever going to do videos for all the songs again. I like working with you, Daniel, but we all do. You're a great guy, but I don't know. This is a huge project, and I think if we would copy this, do it again, we need to really step up and do something, really extraordinary, because the videos to me are great looking, and to top that, I don't know. It's possible, but I don't think we have thought about it so much, really, yet.
Right.
It's an ambitious endeavor.
You got to give him some time off.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
It was really fun.
Yeah, it's time to watch one of the videos. I believe it's the title track
Yeah.
It is.
of the album, Lamenting of the Innocent. Please enjoy.
The air stands from the smoking fires, and hordes are baying for blood tonight. The torment lingers on, the pain grows closer. We have to realize it's the end. We'll stand alone, face to face with evil. They see only sin through the veil of fantasy. The darkness comes without
You just watched the title track of the album, Lamenting of the Innocent. Great video. A huge shout out to the woman in the video who took it to another level.
Maya.
I must say, yes, that was killer in every way. I think we're doing a bit of a Q&A right now. People are asking questions, and I'm gonna turn it over to Conny. I think.
Yeah, there's a lot of people asking on YouTube about the growling in this song.
The growling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that guy.
That's just the
Canadian guys.
Canadian growler.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you sound like that?
I don't know. Lots of pushing from you, you know, making me growl and growl and growl repeatedly, and I just we got something we both agreed on.
I could never do that,
Totally.
so that's a good thing.
That's an
know,
art
that,
in itself, for
Justin.
sure.
Yeah, it was actually
Okay,
my
we have
first
some questions about touring and gigs from Jose. Will you be play at Hammer of Doom Festival in November?
Regrettably not this year. We're not booked for this year, but you never know what happens because of the COVID. But not what I have no signals
No,
pointing to that
I don't
at
think
all.
so.
No,
We'd love to though.
we love that place. It's like playing at home, you know. So
Yeah, it's really
get
fun
us
gig.
there.
But we were there 2 years ago, so
Yeah.
we have to wait a little bit maybe.
Yeah, some other guy asked about touring to support the album as well, but
Yeah, the situation is what it is. All the shows that we had booked this year had been moved up to next year, so we haven't lost any shows. But you know, it's like 2020 is on pause, you know, or fast forward. So I know our booking agency is looking into shows or a tour by the end of the year, to the fall or by the end of the year. But we don't know how Europe and this COVID situation is. So we're just, you know, like everyone else.
Trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Musical lockdown.
okay, sorry. I'm scanning through all the comments. People are really drunk and have a lot of fun on
Okay.
YouTube. I can tell you.
Well, that's good.
That's good.
nice.
Really nice. John here wants to ask about hear about the non-rock metal influences.
On the album.
Yeah,
The non-rock metal.
yeah, the non-rock.
okay.
Yeah,
I don't know. There are plenty. I mean, all of us are influenced by different kind of music, you know,
Yeah,
all
sure.
from jazz to opera to
prog,
pop, you know. So,
Yeah.
I mean, our melodies are really melodic, even though they have a melancholy sound to them. They are really melodic, and when Connie and I work on these melodies, it's important for us to really dig down into what the sound of the song is and what the melody should be in compared to that, so to speak. So we get that right feeling. The mood is set.
yeah. If
on the
you get the
melodies.
goosebumps, then you know.
Yeah,
it's-
yeah, exactly.
You're on the right track.
There's a lot of high-fiving going on in the studio. Actually, yeah, well, that's cool.
Perhaps one more question
Yeah.
here from Metal Music from Across the World. I'd love to know about what emotions are felt during creating such a brilliant track as that one. Truly incredible.
Yeah, it was.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you.
very much.
It was. Yeah, I sat at home one night and I was bouncing ideas off of Anders, and we kind of came up with the concept of how we want to write that song. And it's basically, it's almost like a dirge, like a funeral dirge. It's meant to be melancholic, and it's meant to evoke some sorrow. Initially, that's why they.
Yeah, and actually, it's the first. The chorus is the first one we recorded, I think.
Yeah.
When we
After
demoed.
we done that,
Yeah.
then all was like.
Yeah,
oh.
because we were a little bit anxious first when we started writing the third album because of the two other albums being so well received, and we got a lot of ideas, and the guys sent us ideas, and me and Connor's like, oh, and how are we gonna do this? And then it just like broke loose like an ice. What do you call it? You know, it's just. Like an icebreaker. That one was
when we did the chorus, then it
yeah.
was like,
Okay, this is gonna
this
be
is
good.
gonna work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like yeah, that's what it is.
Okay.
Last one or
Yeah, we have Okay, it was something about the guitar rigs, of course, I think. What were the guitar rigs for the recording? Pretty interesting how different solo sounds were between Christian and Peter. That's kind of lost today.
Yeah. We used I used the Kemper profiling amp for all my solos and for all melodies and all my guitars except for the rhythm guitars. The rhythm guitars are reamped by our producer Ronny Björnström, and I think Peter's guitars are plugins.
Yeah.
Yeah, and rhythm guitars, and so it's two different sounds. Yeah.
Cool. Anders, you're now gonna. It's
Yeah.
not Brett Michaels.
I'm gonna introduce. I called up a secret guest here. Have an opportunity to talk to one of the big icons of the music industry and of our, a main figure in our music taste, Mr. Max Norman here. How do you do, sir?
How are you, fellas?
Are we good? We're trying to do this via FaceTime.
Oh, all kind of shenanigans going on there.
So, Max, you and I known each other since back with 220 volts, and you started, contacting me and really enjoyed Sorcerer. You had the opportunity here to mix our bonus track Hellfire. How what's your opinion of that song?
Yeah, I love it. Well, I'm a big Sorcerer fan, so, what can I tell you? Everything you guys do, I think, is really good, and I'm kind of honored that you let me mix the track. I thought it was very nice of you, and I really like the track. I listened to it again the other day. Sounds really good, and the rest of the album sounds really good too. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So when you got into the song, how did you feel that you should approach it?
Well, we tried a couple of different approaches. Mine was a little more modernistic than I think what we ended up with when I first started, but they kind of went backwards and forwards a few times, trying to figure out how to make it speak properly. But I think we got a little more retro towards the end of the mix, and that towards the end of the iterations of mixes. So sounds good to me. Whatever works. And I got a strange story about that. The day after I mixed that, I woke up and I had this beard, so it must be some sort of Northlander something going on.
You caught the bug.
The Sorcerer's Apprentice, I think, is what I am.
Yeah. No, we really appreciated you wanted to do this with us, and it's a fantastic mix and song. And actually, you also did some arrangement in the beginning of the song. I think you brought another thing to it also in the beginning there.
Oh yeah, we made an arrangement change. I heard a couple of things, and I suggested that to you guys, and so we left it with the edit and listened to it a few times, and then I guess everybody just said, yeah, it's good, because we never went back to the original way that it was. It was just moving some pieces around in the intro and some fading stuff, and I just thought it might help to make it a little more interesting, and I'm glad that you guys liked it, and always ready to throw in an idea here and there, although most of them suck, but, occasionally one that sticks.
Okay. Hey, Max, we totally appreciate you calling with us here and participating in this live stream. We are immensely grateful to what you did for us, and take care of yourself and stay safe and wash your hands, man.
Yeah. Well, I'll see you again soon. With once all this stuff subsides, I'm sure I'll be out there again soon. Actually, it wasn't too long since we were having dinner over in Stockholm. So
No, it wasn't.
it'll be nice to see all you guys again, and hopefully everybody be starting to get back on the road and doing some shows. You know.
Yeah. So cheers, mate, and take care. All the
Cheers,
guys
say
saying hi here.
Say hi to
Hey, Max.
Hi, Max.
boys. Is Ronnie there?
No, he's up north.
What the fuck?
Okay, bye, man. Take care. Looking good in that beard. Santa. Bye, man.
Okay, Mr. Max Norman from where is he based? Los Angeles or
New York.
New York?
Yeah.
Okay.
Way to go, Max. I think we're supposed to talk a bit about guilty pleasures when it comes to music, and as someone asked before, I think the influences of non-metal or non-rock music. So, what are your guilty pleasures? You all mentioned before that you all listen to a lot of different stuff. It's just not metal and hard rock. There's Anders, you listen to some
Yeah,
weird
of
stuff.
course. Yeah, I listen to. Apparently, I listen to really weird stuff.
Yes.
I put out an album called by the group the Buggles, and I got attacked on Facebook. But I really like that. It's an 80. They did a mega hit called "The Radio Killed the Video Star," and I really like that album. It's they have a lot of like effects, and there are galloping horses, and they build up a kind of a mystique in the album, and I like that when it's not just hit songs, and like it's really interesting. And you should look at it and listen to it more, Andy, if you're watching. So don't be so don't be shy.
Well, liking the Buggles but not liking Poison is really weird.
I don't know about that. Poison is very unlikable.
Any other guilty pleasures? Anything you listen to that
I mean, I
you
don't
wouldn't
think.
consider metal?
Yeah,
Or,
but I have to say I don't think there's like really guilty pleasures. I mean,
No, I
you,
know, I
you like
totally
what you
agree.
like,
No.
right?
yeah,
Yeah, but I am a huge fan of.
that's just Anders. He should be guilty.
Yeah, of
He
course,
should-
of course.
should feel
I feel
guilty.
really
Yeah.
guilty. Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Sia, the singer.
Oh
the
right,
pop singer.
with the wig
yeah,
and all that.
yeah,
the
Sia
weird
Furr.
haircut.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's my favorite singer. And also like talking about pop bands, One Republic. I'm a huge fan of that band.
All
I
right.
think they're great. That guy Ryan Tedder, the writer and the main guy, genius.
Right.
And John Mayer, I love John Mayer. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a great guitar player.
Yeah, it's great songwriter. Yeah, everything. Yeah.
Anything else? Any other
I
cool
got-
bands?
I listen to actually a lot of like, when I'm at home, a lot of ABBA,
All right.
some Madonna, like just like Frozen. I think is a fantastic song, for
Yeah.
example. Actually, some more obscure bands that kind of faded into obscurity from the '90s, like Pulp.
Oh, right.
Like the song "This Is Hardcore"
Yeah.
or "The Common People."
That is almost embarrassing.
It's not
That's
really
not
bad.
even
I
guilty.
mean,
That's just kidding.
Yeah, I mean,
Well-
I have to go and make sure I burn my clothes from that day and cry in the shower.
Doesn't
But,
get more embarrassing than the Buggles.
Yeah.
It is okay. Well, I can take that.
But I mean, do you can you actually see that listening to stuff that is completely different from the music you play, that you actually can take or be influenced by that stuff and somehow, I don't know,
Project
get
that.
get that into your music somehow?
Yeah. I think
it is.
it is.
Sure.
And also, I think a huge part is also arrangements ideas. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at some maybe typical Doom arrangements, I mean, there's lots of parts, and but we tend to write like at least sometimes. I mean, there's an intro, verse, chorus, and there's
It's
like
a
short.
pop structure.
Yeah, it's a pop structure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's we like that stuff. I mean, I love songs which are also like 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
That's fine, but sometimes you want to, get to the point quicker.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And yeah, that could be one of those.
I think
things.
also we like the kind of old school hard rock albums from the 70s, 80s, Rainbow, the kind of, when you fade a song and there's a solo coming in the end, that you want to raise the volume to hear. You know, we use a lot of, you know, from our experience ourselves, we pick the pieces that we like and put them in and do our.
Yeah, we don't really judge. I mean, we put in everything.
Yeah. I mean, if it's a nice riff, I don't care if someone says it's Black Sabbath. Okay, well, great.
No, I mean, if it's good music, it's good music. It doesn't really matter what it is.
And as a producer, you want to put in some tiny bits that you perhaps don't hear.
The first 10 times.
The first time, and the 11th time. What's that?
So that is important too. Also.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're gonna take a bit of a short clip. I think there's a rockumentary.
Yeah. Made by our own Mr. Scorsese here.
Ooh, there we go.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Now, I mean, we just collected. I mean, everybody filmed during the whole year and a half process, which we recorded the album. And everybody filmed and sent me stuff, and I cut it together. And it's a 4-part documentary, 20 minutes each, about those 4 parts. And it's detailing everything from writing the album, up until final release. So if you're into that, so behind the scenes stuff and goofing around and sitting trying to record stuff and fucking up, that's you can look at it.
Everything is there.
So
definitely. Check this out.
Yeah.
The night is cold and she's all alone. Shadows dance in the pale moonlight. The icy air chills her to the bone. The loneliness.
When the songs came together, it was apparent that they would be great songs.
Lite more G-friss. Why are you singing into the phone, Dad? Because Dad's a psycho.
I was gonna spend a lot of time rehearsing for this album, put a lot of thought into the drum parts, etc. But eventually it ended up with a lot of improvising in the studio.
Peter, you have some beers.
I have some Solna Sound production beer.
Need to be on the right channel, of course. Idiot. First half was shit.
Playing this kind of music, I think I drew more of an influence from Geezer Butler or John Paul Jones. I only know the working names.
I don't know, actually.
Fee Small.
Okay.
As the sunlight fades out, and when the crimson skies are here, memories of how things used to be.
A golden mic, of course.
The flames rising by the hand of the
And we have the possibility to play a cassette if you want to.
dark heart of desire.
And we're back. Sorcerer, this special live
Mr.
stream.
Scorsese! Nice job, man.
Yeah, thank you.
I see an Oscar coming.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. It was a Taxi Driver. I think we're going to do a bit of a competition here. And I just want to mention again that there's a PayPal account, there's a Swish number on the screen now and then, and feel free to donate some money to the band. But a Wheel of Fortune.
Yes, this little thing here, we're gonna now try to interact with our viewers. And the thing is, it goes like this. We're gonna ask a question. John is gonna ask a question, and the first right answer that pops up in the chat, where you can.
Are we talking Facebook now or YouTube?
We're talking YouTube.
YouTube. You
Yeah,
need to be on YouTube because Facebook has been fucking up all the time. So
Okay.
So on YouTube. So you guys that are on Facebook, if you haven't left Facebook yet, do it and go over to YouTube if you want to be in the competition. So there will be prizes. This one, the orange one, is the big prize. If the wheel stops there, you get the box set, the vinyl, and a T-shirt. Okay. If it stops on the black, you get the Digipack. This one. And if it stops on orange, beige, it's a vinyl or a Digi. You can choose. And white is a T-shirt. All new stuff. Okay. So first question, Johnny.
Yes, going back to our first demo from '89, we have the question that you're going to name one of the two guitars to play on that demo. So, yeah, name one of them in the chat.
Nobody knows. It's going to take all night.
It's okay to Google it.
Yeah. Work.
Is it okay with just the first name or just or
Yeah,
both?
we have a winner here.
Okay.
Woo!
Here's Johnny.
GHF.
Aha, okay. Då kort.
JFH.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so JFH.
JFHF. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can do
So
So we're gonna spin the wheel.
yeah, you take control of that guy so we can give him the prize. And now
So
I'm
fingers crossed for the orange one, right?
Yeah, let's spin it. Come on! Wheel of Doom! So congratulations, man! You won either the vinyl or the Digipack. You can will be contacted from us, or you can contact us.
You contact us.
Yeah, through our sorcerer
Sorcerer
on
page?
Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Send a
inbox
message.
us,
Yeah.
and we'll sort that out. Okay, next question, please.
Next question, we're gonna use right here, is Anders, Christian, and Richard have played with the same band before joining Sorcerer, or before Sorcerer was formed. Which one?
Tick tock, tick tock.
Yeah, we have a winner.
Hey!
We actually have some friends of us who is winning now. Democracy from Greece.
Wow!
All right.
Shout out for Democracy, a great band, doom band from Greece.
Yes.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah, so whoever's running that account right now just won themselves something.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna spin now. Are you ready? Here we go. But it also means if you win a vinyl, you have to play a cover song.
Close again.
Whoa!
Very close.
Oh, white this time. So you win a T-shirt to share, all of you. Take a triple XL or something, so you all fit in it at the same time. Okay, great. Congratulations, guys.
Yeah. Cool. Next question. We released an EP called Black some years ago. It's simple. Just name one song from that E EP.
We got.
Everyone here is very excited about this
We
competition.
really want you guys to get the orange one.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I think I tried to jinx it, so it will be a start at
Oh, we have a winner.
Whoa!
Carl Fredrik.
Hey, Carl Fredrik. Oh, that's nice.
Legion of the Serpent.
Legion of the Serpent.
Great, Carl.
Yeah.
You should sing it in the car now.
Yeah.
Ah, you have to sing it. Yeah, here we go, Carl. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh. What again? So a t-shirt, Carl. We get in touch with you and you get the t-shirt of your liking. No problemo.
You have to do some faster.
Yeah,
spins.
okay.
Stopping on the same place.
Yeah.
Thanks, Carl.
Thanks a lot.
So we have the next question. We have two more questions. Name the instrumental track on the album "The Crowning of the Fire King."
Instrumental track.
A lovely interlude.
Indiana.
See, we have a winner.
Ah, we have a winner.
Hey!
Yeah, we have
We have a winner. Okay.
Stargazer 23.
Yeah.
Ooh, Stargazer 23.
And the
Here we go.
Instrumental is called
Nattvaka.
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 Yes.
Nattvaka. You can try to pronounce that if
Yeah,
you're
it's
from
in
Greece
Swedish.
or
Yes.
wherever. Nattvaka.
Nattvaka.
Yes.
Is that when you're old and you have to go to the toilet?
Yeah, probably. Probably. Something like that. Okay, are you ready?
There we go.
Oh, now we're
What
talking.
a spin.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah.
A beige, a vinyl, or a Digi CD. Congratulations.
Stargazer 23.
Yeah.
Yes.
Woo! Have one more question, or are we?
We have one more question.
One more question.
Who makes the bonus track on the new album, The Lamenting of the Innocent?
Who could it be?
Boom, boom, boom. This is a test if they're being awake during the during the stream.
Yeah, we have a winner.
Cool.
Hey.
All right.
It's Ulf.
Ulf Pettersson!
Rock and roll, man. So great. Uffe, here we go for you. Orange. Come on. Come on. What a great thing.
That
Wonderful.
was the crowning
Wonderful.
of the competition.
That's actually a really good friend, and he's been helping out with titles and stuff in the
Yeah.
past also. So yeah, great.
He's actually the former singer in Metro.
Yeah.
Cool.
Congratulations to all the winners, right?
Yes.
Cheers.
Well done.
That was
Cheers.
really nice.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys and girls.
Cheers. Up the irons. Okay, now that the competition is all done and we have 5 happy winners, it's time for it's another live clip, I believe. Prayers for a King. And this is Sorcerer. Check it out.
A desolate wind whispering his name. I search the battlefield from the castle wall. Broken arrows, swords and blood-stained shields. Faces of soldiers distorted in pain. Through the mist, I see the black steed of the King. If God exists, please give me strength to honor a ring. my legacy as I take revenge. Fear my vengeance, now pardon, no remorse. Burning with fury, hell will rise again. Through the mist, I ride the black feet of the king. If God exists, give me strength to honor the ring. Revenge is calling. No salvation from the sin. Oh, hear my prayer. The angels are calling. My burning heart is in despair. Calling me, the angels are calling me, calling me. Oh, the angels are calling me, calling my name.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Yes. We're back.
Back in
Sorcerer.
business.
And we're getting closer to the end of this time we spent together here, and I think we want to have make a bit of a shout out to all the people who participated in the competition, people who have donated.
Definitely.
Metal Blade Records, people working behind the scenes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Daniel
behind
and
the
Richard.
scenes, we got Daniel, of course, and Richard. Come on, show yourself.
There you go.
Yeah, don't be shy.
Come
This
on,
is our
come on.
Show yourself
producer.
to the world.
Yay!
So yeah, thank you very much, everyone.
And thanks to Richard also for mixing the songs.
Exactly.
Richard Engborg.
And
Tack,
we should
Richard.
also mention Ronny.
Ronny Björnström, of course. We were supposed to have a short interview here, but the time is too short to squeeze him in. But we love you, guy.
Anyone else? Mothers, fathers?
Show Ricky
And of
again.
course, Ricky again. We miss
guy
you.
missing
We
in
miss
action.
you, buddy.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I think we've talked about it before, but the live shows. You had plans, of course, of, I guess, touring, and now everything is just on hold.
Yeah.
Yep. Pretty much.
So I guess fans of Sorcerer, if you're wanting a live show, you will probably have to wait, I guess, till next year. Probably.
who knows?
This is
The way it
exactly.
looks.
Next question.
Exactly. Any more questions from fans? Anything else? you wanna
I'm just
mention?
looking here, but it's a lot of praise
That's good.
for the acoustic gigs.
Thank you.
actually.
I think we should address the
Actually.
syncing issues as well. Like we've
Yes,
been having
there's-
some issues with syncing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about
It
that.
happens.
Yeah,
We're gonna
apologize.
try to take this down, not the whole town and this place, but we try to record this and adjust the lagging somehow.
Seb Digato wants you to do a full acoustic version of the album.
Okay, that is
That's ambitious, maybe.
yeah. Maybe we should
Maybe in the next pandemic.
do exactly.
Yeah, because there will be one.
Probably.
Okay. So yeah.
Anything else, from anyone out there?
We have something from Elvin, who did one of the reaction videos. He's from the band Spillage.
Yeah.
Thank you, Elvin. And
Elvin,
the band
yeah.
Spillage.
Cool.
Yes.
Nice.
Big shout out to Spillage.
Absolutely.
Guys rock.
And to all other people who was involved in this reaction, you know, Michael Denner, Henrik from
Yeah.
Prince Svart,
Yeah.
Björn
Mats.
Strid.
All guys. Elizabeth from
Pontus
Front
Ekberg.
Together. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people doing a lot of stuff for us to get this release where it is. So we're humbled and we're very grateful to all of you.
And of course, most importantly, the people watching right now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think we've come to the end. It's been an absolute pleasure spending time with you guys here. The band is Sorcerer. The album is Lamenting of the Innocent. Great sounding album. Make sure you buy a physical copy of it. CDs and vinyl rule still, and maybe there will be a cassette later on. Who knows?
It's a lot of cheers.
Limited
up
edition.
there.
You never know.
We have something here from Seb.
Okay.
He didn't mean, he meant a live stream of not acoustic, the full set.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we have bounced around some ideas. Maybe that will come to that, but not right now.
No.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I guess we all say thank you to everybody who's been watching this.
Yes.
Make sure to get the album. It's a killer. And me, Niklas, it's been, as I said, an absolute pleasure being here.
Thank you, man.
Had a lot of fun. Thank you. Any closing words?
No, it's you said it all. I think we're very happy with this album, and we want to go out and play as soon as possible. Live shows and promote this album. And in the meantime, be sure to stream it on Spotify, iTunes until we get the physical release on the 5th. So, and then you go buy everything. There's 5 colors vinyl. There's a lot of stuff, ton of stuff you can buy. So support the Doom genre by buying our record.
And we're leaving off here with one last video. Enjoy yourselves, and well,
Good
see you
night.
again next time.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers.
Cheers.
The night is cold and she's all alone. Shadows dance in the pale moonlight. The icy air chills her to the bone. The loneliness is filling her with agony. She's doomed to a fate without hope. The flames rising by the hand of the rose. In her heart there is nothing dark. A helping hand both in herbs and cures. They say she's got the devil's mark. And now they say that she is engaged in sorrow.